You know, every year the insurance industry tracks college graduates to see where they end up. And out of 100 college graduates, you know, they track them from age 25 to 65, from when they graduate to when they're supposed to retire. And out of 100 college graduates, how many of them do you think become wealthy? I mean, you would think all of them, right? I mean, probably all of them that went to USC, Pepperdine, UCLA, went to all these great colleges. They probably all thought they were going to do great. 1% out of 100, 1% out of 100 becomes wealthy. Now, the government describes that as about $2 million net worth. Now, 4% become financially independent. That means they're making over $100,000 a year, and they don't have to rely on family, friends, or the government to help take care of themselves by the time they're 65 years old. So that's the 5%. There's only 5% of people that by 65 years old, in the richest country in the world, or one of them, can actually retire at 65 years old. Now, you've got a much larger group that's struggling. You know, 5% of people that graduate from college are going to still be working at 65 years old. Now, think about that. Are these people working because they want to, or are they working because they have to? How many times have you seen somebody who's like 65 years old and they're a security guard in front of Jack in the Box? And I think to myself, my God, if somebody ever actually robbed that Jack in the Box, I'd be like, hey, just leave the old man alone. I mean, you would want to protect him. And that's somebody's dad. That's somebody's, you know, grandpa, okay? And so you got 5% of people that are still working. 36% of people are dead. And the major cause of death, heart disease, heart attacks, all from stress. Most heart attacks actually occur on Monday morning between 8 and 9 a.m. Coincidence? I think not. People's alarm clock goes off and it's time to go back to their job that they hate, and their heart goes off with it, okay? And then you've got 54% of people, the largest group, that, you know, they're not dead, they're not still working, they're just screwed, they're totally broke, dead broke. They wish they were dead. 95% of people. And so when I saw that set of statistics at 19 years old, I thought to myself, what's the difference between the 5% and the 95%? And I actually learned this in school. I learned it in my business class. I've seen it in presentations. I've seen it in seminars. I've heard it in audios. I mean, it's truer than true. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just look around. Just go to the grocery store and look at all the different cars in the parking lot. How many Rolls Royces do you see? How many Lamborghinis do you see? Not many, okay? So you've got this 5% and this 95%. What's the difference? This is what I learned. The difference is 5% of people own their own business and 95% of people are working for somebody else. And so if 5% of people own their own business and they're doing well financially, well, then why wouldn't we all want to own our own business? Well, because the SBA, the Small Business Administration, says it costs like $30,000 to $50,000 to open your own small business, and like 90% of them fail in the first few years. So that means you got to come up with 30 to 50 grand, and I think that's a big lie. I think it's more like 100 to 300 grand to start your own small business. And then you got to be one of the 5 or 10% that actually makes it. And so the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And so if you want to own your own business, I mean, think about this. Who wants to make more money? Everybody, okay? And you've got two options. One, you can get a second job, but then there goes all your free time. Or two, you could start a business, but most people don't have the money to start the business. And so that's why network marketing has exploded. You know, I like Eric Worre's video, The Rise of the Entrepreneur. It's so true that being an entrepreneur has never been more popular, more cool, more sexy. And as more and more people get displaced from their jobs, all of a sudden we've got more entrepreneurs out there. And so it's actually kind of an exciting time, scary time, exciting time. They kind of go hand in hand. So the 5%, the 95%, obviously we all want to be in the 5%. There's nothing wrong with having a job. You can always get by having a job, but it's hard to get ahead. And I mean, this just makes sense. You can't argue me on this, okay? We all want to make more money. You got to do something on the side so you can start like planning for the future. And so Clif Braun here, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, follow me, find me. That's the difference between the 5% and the 95%.